This is the Russian Dynamite, Masha Slamovich.
Becca here.
This is not America's Sweetheart, Davian.
It's Billy Starks. And
the super fly guy, Trayvon Jordan.
This is the fly side flyer, Jalen Brandon.
Hardcore Princess, Jules Malone.
Hi there, this is the Bubblegum Princess, Alexia Nicole.
This is the Brazilian Wonder Woman, Christy Jane.
This is the baddest black belt, Chennai Kai.
This is Kid Bandit.
The smash hit Joel Bateman.
This is Robin Renegade.
Cody Hawk.
Brutal Bob Evans. And you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment, one of my favorite podcasts in the whole wide world.
Hey, this is your demigod of death. Funny Bone is my name. And you're listening to Wrestling with Entertainment.
Hello, and welcome to the show at Wrestling with Entertainment, the only audio experience on the web today, the trusted choice for interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Tuesday and Wednesday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. I am, of course, your host, James J., and it's a great day for wrestling, because we are wrestling with the demigod of death, Funny Bone.
Is that my intro? That's what you got?
Yes.
Put a little bit more energy into it.
Well, we like to try and do it big here on Wrestling with. Could you tell us what you have coming up next, event-wise?
I got mostly surprised and private events coming up, so I can't actually plug any of that shit. I'll plug my social medias. I'm on everything. If you just Google Funny Bone, it'll pop up. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm on whatever. I don't even know the names of the apps. I just post videos of me beating the crap out of people.
Alright, and you don't have to go looking for it. All of the links to all his social media will be in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox. Let's get into it. Back in May, you actually celebrated 25 years into the business.
24.
24. Still an impressive landmark. What does that kind of mean to you, to be in pro wrestling, for as long as you have?
To me, it's just everyday shit. Like, the guys that train me and everything like that, they're in the business much longer. Realistically, the only thing you get with longevity in the business is just experience, as long as you're wrestling and working and getting out there and doing stuff. And with that experience, it's just stuff I try to pass along to the guys up and coming.
So paying it forward, so to speak.
Always.
Well, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but you were actually trained by Nick Bockwinkel, no?
Yeah, I was trained by Nick Bockwinkel and Scott Casey.
Do you have any Nick Bockwinkel stories?
I have a million Nick Bockwinkel stories. I will tell you my personal favorite. Nick Bockwinkel was once described as somebody, if you ask him what time it is, he'll tell you how to build a watch. Meaning he tells you everything he knows about anything you ask of him. He's very verbally driven, so to speak. It's actually why he got fired from WCW. He talks too much. One time in training, I asked him, what do I do if I don't hear what the other guy just said to me? And he goes, Kim, come here, get in the ring. So I get in the ring. He goes, go to shoot me off. I'm going to call something. So I go to shoot him off, and he doesn't say shit. He stops, and he punches me right in the face. And he goes, go again. I'm like, okay, I don't know what the fuck that meant. So I go to shoot him off. He doesn't say anything. He punches me right in the face. So I don't know what that meant. He goes, okay, go to shoot me off. And I go to shoot him off, and I stop him. And he goes, there you go, you got it. And I was like, oh, you could have just fucking told me that instead of punching me in the face. He's like, yeah, but you'll remember this one better.
Well, I mean, yeah. Lessons learned, no?
I mean, he's always right, so he was right. I remember that one very vividly.
And, what did it kind of mean to you to have, obviously a trainer that was so, versed in pro wrestling, had such a big knowledge?
It was great. It was, it was very much under the learning tree all day, every day. He had a lot of stuff to tell you, and he showed us a very good example of how you should act. He was probably the most humble person I've ever met in my entire life. I've had instances with him where he's around big names in wrestling and stuff like that, and they're realistically, they did bow to him, and his first question was, why did they bow? Because he doesn't understand. To him, everybody's the same. He asked me, what's the difference between anybody and Stone Cold? And I was like, I don't know. He's like, well, you never know if the next guy's the next Stone Cold, so there's no reason to not treat them with the same respect you would treat Stone Cold. If you treat everybody that way, you're fine. So it was an amazing experience, and not to just everybody always talks about Nick when I do these. I want to talk about Scott too. Scott was an amazing trainer. He was the guy that trained Booker T. Absolutely, positively amazing trainer when it came to the intricates of explaining how to do moves and the reasons why we do them the way we do them, and the pacing of matches, and the moves you can and cannot do, and making sure you stay humble and not doing shit you don't know how to do. Scott was fucking amazing. And Scott, when I was training, obviously very old, much like Nick, and Scott would actually get in there and still work matches with us. I do believe he was in his 60s when I was training. So he's in his 60s taking bumps and working and everything like that.
Truly impressive.
Very.
Do you have a Scott story as well?
I got lots of Scott stories. Scott was hilarious. He's one of the weirdest guys ever. He would tell these fantastic stories of wrestling back in the day. Most I won't share. Those are for me, not you. But Scott, he always did this weird thing when we worked matches. He was always a face when he wrestled. So whenever we worked matches, he wanted to work the hill because he never got to really do it. And he would always lick his fingers before giving me an eye poke. And I thought it was the most obscure, weird thing he could ever possibly do. It obviously doesn't make it hurt anymore. It's just creepy and weird. And I asked him one time he did it. I asked him why he did that. And he said, that's because my eye poke's different than your eye poke. And that was a great lesson of just a little different thing of licking his fingers makes his eye poke way different than my eye poke. And that's actually why I lick my fingers before I poke people in the eyes. And if I gouge people in the eyes, I lick them after.
So a nice little tribute.
Absolutely.
Well, let's talk about some current stuff. Most Violent. Can you tell us about your relationship with Drexel?
He's my favorite human person dead thing. Drexel's so underrated in wrestling in general. If you're a wrestler in the Pacific Northwest, you know that. How much he helps and guides people up there is insane. One of the reasons I was up there because of Drexel and him actually booking me for DOA. he's just an amazingly talented, humble, giving individual. His character is absolutely on point and just astonishing to watch. I love watching him wrestle because it's always creative and fun and different. I love hearing him talk about wrestling because it's fucking hilarious. And the way he books his shows for DOA is phenomenal. He's an amazing talent, and the Pacific Northwest is very lucky to have him. I'm very lucky to have him as a tag partner. Even though all I did for our tag moves is just chuck him at people.
Not too long ago, you actually went one-on-one against Drexel in a death match, no?
Oh yeah, we do that all the time. Usually for funsies.
Well, most notably, you had a dumb tack war in the during the match, no?
Yeah, that was fun. I mean, it sucked. Drexel's a cheater at fucking thumb wars because his thumb is like 6 inches long. It's fucking ridiculous. Every time I wrestled him in thumb war, he's always won. And then this time I decided to glue thumbtacks to our thumbs, and that shit fucking hurt. I literally have a scar on my hand from his ass because the thumbtack dug in and then dragged across. And I'm not sorry for DVDing him through a fucking chair.
Right. You beat me at thumb wars, I DDT you drew a chair.
Yeah, I tried to murder him. He kept, he's already dead, so kind of a mood point.
I am curious, everybody gets into pro wrestling for one reason or another. But how did you kind of start getting involved with deathmatch wrestling?
So before I even started wrestling, I was into like shit like that. Like, the first time I ever tried a backflip, it was off a roof. I've always been a fucking idiot. I used to staple "Wake me up when this shit is done" signs to my head and then go to sleep in class. I've always been into being a dumbass, basically. That wrestling's a dumbass in general. Wrestling with thumbtacks and staples and barbed wire is just more of a dumbass. It's always just been something I'm naturally drawn to.
Is there anything that you've done that you won't do in a death match, or something that you have done and kind of said never again?
Not for pain reasons, mostly aesthetic reasons. I try not to voluntarily cut myself up terribly because I got to paint over that shit and it hurts.
I gotcha. Well, you had the distinct honor of wrestling Nick effing Gage in a death match, one-on-one. What was that experience like to take on, obviously a death match legend?
That was fun, easy, had fun. I liked our second match better. It was a tag match with AJ Gray on his side and Cutthroat Cody on mine. I love Cutthroat Cody. Amazing talent out here. Doesn't get enough respect. We had a fucking crazy match that the promoter kind of hated us for afterwards, the one locally, because the mess we made, and I love that.
Getting the promoters mad?
I just like making a mess and tearing up the place. I want people to know I was there. I don't fucking come to any venue expecting to leave it the same as when I got there. I don't break or damage the venue's stuff, but everything else is pretty fair game.
Fair enough. And I mean, when you're having a match, of that nature, or, a death match, things are bound to get, pretty messed up.
Yeah, I almost killed Nick Gage in that one. I'm surprised that clip didn't get out more. I set up a guardrail between the chairs and the ring, and I put him on it, and then I jumped off the top rope and double stomped him.
Ooh. Alright.
Yeah, attempted murder.
Yes. Another, distinct match you had was against one Cody Rhodes. You actually beat Cody Rhodes in that match. What was that experience like?
That was fun. He came to Freak Show Wrestling. Freak Show Wrestling's hometown promotion. I'm their one and only champ ever, because fuck those guys. Wrestling Cody was great. Very intelligent, humble guy. We had a very fun match. I got a high five the American Dream by chopping Cody in his chest really fucking hard. We almost killed an old lady in a wheelchair. And then craziness ensued involving He-Man and gay Nazis. Yeah.
As you do. Well, obviously Cody is, a more traditionally, trained wrestler as yourself, trained by Nick Bockwinkel. Did you guys kind of connect on that front?
Yeah, we definitely actually worked more of a traditional style match than most freak show matches. I actually out-chained Cody, so and I hope he hears this because he knows it's true. But no, we had a lot of fun. We tried to put old school shit into it, and that's I hide it very well, but my matches are still all old school style matches, just with stupid shit.
Well, you mentioned, Nazis, and it does bring up that you actually teamed with Jake the Snake Roberts, the proper Jake the Snake Roberts, and the ghost of Macho Man Randy Savage to wrestle Adolf Hitler. Can you tell us about it?
Adolf Hitler's a character Freak Show Wrestling created, was supposed to be a one-off. Oddly popular, and people liked watching him do his thing. The guy who played Adolf Hitler did an amazing job. Fucking his name fucking escapes me right now, which is stupid. But I mostly called him Adolf Hitler, so I forgot. He's the worker out of SoCal. Fucking great guy, very fun. Can't wrestle for shit, but he was super entertaining. He's a very great guy, though. I miss that guy, actually. Can't believe I can't remember his fucking real name. There's wrestling. I can't remember real names for shit. But yeah, it was fun. The Rainbow Reich was silly and stupid and terrible, and I got a very great picture of an amazing hate crime of me curb stomping Hitler into a shoulder pad covered in dildos. So, wrestling.
Definitely. I mean, that's not a sentence you hear every day.
Yeah, that's only for wrestling.
But, the other side of that match, you were tag teaming with the legit Jake the Snake Roberts. What was that like, teaming up with, an absolute legend?
That was probably the third or fourth time we tagged, actually. The first time with the Ghost of Macho Man. But the guy who plays Ghost of Macho Man's a great guy, too. The guy who plays Jake the Snake Roberts, who's actually Jake the Snake Roberts, was amazing. He was fun to work with. He was very much just like, let me get in there and do my spots. I basically put everything together and we just went out there and had fun. He would go out there and just DDT everybody that was moving. The first time I tagged with him, though, was my favorite because the finish was supposed to be him hit the DDT, he wins. When he hit the DDT, he told me to go to the top, double stomp him, and then pin him. And he stood above me, pushing down on my shoulders, and that was fucking awesome.
That sounds like an incredible moment. I mean, what did it kind of mean to you for Jake to kind of give you that nod?
That was awesome. Jake's great. Like, he's came a long way from his rougher times in life, and he's an amazing guy to be around. He's super funny, super humble, very talented still has a mind for a lot of this stuff, especially in character work or promos. He's fantastic.
Alright. Now, it won't be Funny Bone, without your face paint. Can you tell us if there's, any meaning behind your face paint?
Oh no, it's just I literally, I always say this. I used to draw skeletons like that when I was a kid, drawn most of my life, and for some reason I always gave it like a hook jawline for no reason at all, just because I fucking felt like it. And when I was wrestling before, when I first started wrestling, I had face paint, slightly different. And then ever so often for big matches, I would paint my face. And then it came a time where I felt like I needed a new direction in my wrestling, so I decided to go with face paint and then apparently body paint too, full time. And it's just the same stupid little skull I used to draw. I've changed it a lot since I started painting my face full time, in a bunch of different ways. And I kind of, Drexel could actually attest to this, and because he's seen me do it 1,000 times. I generally don't know what I'm going to do on my face until it's time to paint my face, and it usually involves me procrastinating as much as possible, and then staring at my face for a good 20 minutes, wondering what the fuck I'm going to paint on it, and then I paint my face.
So you don't kind of go in with a plan. You just kind of wherever kind of takes you.
Oh yeah, I just make it up as I go along.
I gotcha. Alright. Somebody you've had a lot of encounters with is a one Sin Bodhi. Can you tell us about your relationship with Sin?
We started working back in 2011, and we worked with Freak Show heavily together. I basically ran the matches. Like, he had the ideas for what he wanted on the show, and I kind of agented all the matches, or I was just in a different costume and wrestled all the matches. We actually had DVD. I don't know if it even got out, but Freak Show Volume 1. I pointed out to him afterwards that I'm actually in every single match on the DVD and just in a different costume. But no, through Sin, I got to meet people like Rikishi and Jake the Snake, as we mentioned, Cody Rhodes, stuff like that. So that was awesome. We wrestled each other in Mexico, Canada, and all over the U.S. Line on the app thing there. Anyways, but yeah, it was very creative genius. I got to meet his brother too, who I wrestle for. The match you talked about earlier, me and Drexel in Las Vegas here, that was actually for the company WrestleCore, which is actually owned by Sin's brother.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back to Canada eventually. It's fucking cold, so I don't want to. But I've had some death matches up there against Bestia. One of me and Drexel versus me and Drexel. I've had one where I wrestled a bunch of demons, and I had one where I literally tore down the ring as we were going, as a joke.
I mean, speaking of tearing the ring down, you wrestled the legendary Sabu. Obviously, not too long ago he passed. What was that experience like wrestling Sabu?
Sabu was legit one of the people I looked up to and inspired to be like. If you watch tape of my earlier career, I mimicked a lot of his stuff. I still actually do. I still throw chairs at people, and I literally say, "I'm going to Sabu a chair at you," because he changed wrestling with that. I used to do. I would run up the rope, springboard, and then do a twisting leg drop. I've done plenty of his style moonsaults to the outside. I used to wear baggy tights or baggy pants into my boots like him. I actually watched him wrestle. One of my first main events I got to see live was him versus Cactus Jack in a Texas death match here in Las Vegas. And it was phenomenal. And they actually almost killed me because he threw Cactus Jack at me. And he actually remembers doing that when I talked to him about it, and he remembers it because I literally dove to the ground out of the way, and he went out of his way to check on me because he thought Jack hit me. It was amazing wrestling Sabu. He was very giving in the ring, very forgiving for anything that I did stiff. He even ribbed me in the ring, which was hilarious. My two favorite memories of him is I asked him if I can give him Spicoli Driver, also known as the DVD. It's the Spicoli Driver because Louis Spicoli invented the fucking move. For those of you who don't know, Sabu and Louis Spicoli were friends, like close friends. It was actually part of his writer before that. You had to book Louis with him. So I told him, hey, I do this. Is it okay if I do it to you in honor of Louis? And he said, under one condition, you just always do it. So it wasn't a part of my normal moveset. It was a move I'm very good at. I did it with Tommy Dreamer. When I wrestled Tommy, I called him the Spicoli Driver and let him know that's how I call it. And he actually asked me to please keep calling it that. But when I wrestled Sabu, he was like, yeah, please do me a favor, keep calling it that, but do the move. So I've been doing it since then for him, for that reason. And the second story is one I kick myself in the ass for on most days. The last time I saw Sabu was for company MAW, Midwest All-Star Wrestling. He was doing a signing. I was there on the show. Bill Alfonso was there as well. Bill Alfonso actually was a part of my match, which was amazing. I love Bill Alfonso. Afterwards, I'm actually sharing a hotel room with Bill because we had to leave like 2 hours after we got the fucking hotel anyways. But Sabu pops up in the room. I go to the hotel, I shower, I get right in bed, I go to sleep. Sabu popped in when I'm already in bed. He's like, Bone, come to dinner with us. And I was like, no, dude, I'm in bed. Fuck off. And he's like, no, man, come to dinner with us. Bone, come on. Just bugging me about it for like 10 minutes. I'm like, no, I was fucking half asleep when you came in. I'm going to sleep. I got to be at the airport in like 3 hours. He's like, fine. Him and Bill take off. I go to sleep. Last time I saw him, I should have went to fucking dinner with him.
I mean, yeah. Obviously, but, it does seem like you still had a good relationship with him.
Oh yeah, that guy was my buddy. It's a crazy sentence for me to say because I grew up idolizing him and watching him. He was a friend of mine. When I saw him in the wrestling aspect, he would literally at the show I was just talking about. He ran up to me and jumped on me. to greet me when I literally was trying to sell a T-shirt. Just an amazing guy, just so fun to be around. We used to do shows at the Nerd Bar here in Las Vegas for Dark Arts Entertainment, which Dark Arts Entertainment was a phenomenal company with just great matches all day, every day. They're on YouTube. You should check them out. But sadly, used to come to the show.
Right?
Do what?
Super Beast promotion, right?
Yeah, Super Beast promotion. But he used to come to the shows just to watch the shows, and I would purposely go out and wrestle in the crowd just so I could say hi to him real quick. He was just fun to be around. He was a good guy.
You know, obviously wrestling him, meant a lot to you. Was that a moment you kind of took in the moment? Or is it something that kind of sets in afterwards, like, wow, I did that?
A little bit of both. Like, the first time I got announced it was me and him, I was super excited and looking forward to it. And then when we were doing it, like, I remember specifically, like, we did one of the Sabu spots where he went for, like, the double jump, and I grabbed the chair and chucked it at him. And I'm literally just, there's actually a picture of me doing it with Tommy Dreamer. I'm just staring at Dreamer when he's on the ground, and I'm just like, holy shit, this is crazy. Same exact thing with Sabu. I look at him when he's on the ground selling, and I'm like, this is fucking crazy. And we finish up, we go to the back, and I'm just like sitting in the back relaxing. And he asked me if I was good. I was like, nah, I just wrestled one of my idols, man, so I'm fucking great. He chuckled. He's like, I'm okay.
Hell yeah. Alright. I think it's once again time for Funny Bones Bizarre Adventure. You're a pro wrestler that goes up and down the roads, and weird, crazy, and bizarre things are bound to happen. Can you tell us a road story that fits that description?
I mean, I have a few. My favorite one I like to tell is, so I used to drive a lot. I used to drive like 1,200 miles a weekend, minimal. Like, I was on the road like 200 days a year for about 15 years. I don't even know the show I did. I think it was Hood Slam, possibly, and I was driving to a show in SoCal or Mexico. And I'm driving, and that's the last thing I remember. And then I wake up, and I'm in a car at a gas station. I don't know where I'm at all. Like, I have no fucking clue how I got there. And the weirdest thing is I have no clue or why there's a bag of Bugles sitting next to me. I don't eat chips. I have no clue how I got to the store. I apparently went in there and bought a bag of Bugles and then went back out and went to sleep. I don't remember any of that bullshit.
Okay. That's definitely a bizarre adventure.
Yeah, I had a lot of times where I was on autopilot. And I just got to where I needed to go, but I don't fucking remember any of it.
Did you ever find out the mystery of the Bugles?
No, I have no fucking clue. I didn't eat them either. I brought them home, my kids and shit. I don't eat, like I said, I don't eat chips. I have no clue how they got there. I don't know. To be perfectly honest, I don't know if I bought them or someone just threw them in the window at me. I don't fucking know. I'm assuming I bought them because I don't know how else they would get in my car.
Okay. Well, definitely, like I said, a very bizarre adventure. Now, can you tell us about your love of anime?
Oh, that's my fucking shit, man. Like, I grew up watching anime like Astro Boy, Dragon Ball Z, Yu Yu Hakusho, all that shit. Like, that's just what I watch. I've watched 1,000 of them. I have Death Note on DVD. I have Full Metal Alchemist on DVD. I used to have Dragon Ball GT on direct from Japan VHS.
Wow.
I have Naruto and Boruto on DVD. I have, there's like 4 more. I think a bunch of Yu Yu Hakusho. I have my second oldest son. I actually custom made with Drexel's help One Piece logo for him. He loves One Piece. He's watched, I think, most of the episodes somehow. We actually do anime Sundays in my house where we watch anime. And beyond that, like non-anime but Japanese cartoons. Spirited Away is one of my favorite cartoons or movies in general. Like I have a No Face keychain. The character, your demigod of death, is actually taken from ideas from Death Note and the Shinigami and Ryuk, which Kid Bandit was the first wrestler to notice that, actually. Shout out to Kid Bandit.
Oh yeah, shout out to Kid. It's been a while since I've had them on the show as well.
Yeah, she's awesome.
So what is your favorite? What's your go-to?
Depends on what I'm going for. Like if I'm trying to relax, it's Cowboy Bebop. I don't know why that fucking show relaxes the shit out of me. If I want to fall asleep, I watch like either Spirited Away or Full Metal, because the music of Full Metal makes me go to sleep. I love that anime though. I don't get to watch a lot of TV. Well, I don't really watch TV. I only watch stuff that I've watched before. I usually only watch it when I'm doing cardio. And I don't like doing cardio, so I don't get to watch it a lot.
What's your favorite Cowboy Bebop episode?
Fuck, I can't remember the character's name. The fucking big round guy with the big top hat. That fucking guy. No, actually, I would probably say the episode with Ed's dad, where they're trying to ask Ed's dad if he's a boy or a girl, or if they're a boy or a girl. And their first response is, I don't remember. Always love that. I always loved that Ed was, to me at least, the first non-binary character that I ever saw on television.
I love it as well. Fantastic character. Kind of upset that they didn't, finish out the series. I think like 2-3 episodes prior, they left. So, but yeah. And what's your favorite arc in Full Metal?
Fuck, that show's so fantastic. So, fun fact about Full Metal Alchemist, and anybody who's watched the show can probably guess this halfway through the story. They did a test of people's reactions to animal noises. They had 100 different animal noises, and they gauged people's responses to all of them. And they did this with like 1,000 people or something like that. And the last one, number 100, was Edward. And it was Mia saying Edward. And everybody hated that so much. Because it'll forever be too fucking soon. That was the most heart-wrenching thing in all of anime. Forever. I don't know if you've ever seen the video of the little girl dressing up like that for an anime convention. And everybody partying like the Red Sea, screaming at her like, dude, what the fuck? Come on. Why wear that?
I have not, but...
It's fantastic. Everybody's yelling at her like, what the fuck is... Why? Why would you do that?
Yeah, I could definitely like you said, too soon. Even
Always
though
too
it was
soon.
years ago.
It's like a decade ago.
Audrey or Brotherhood?
The original one.
Okay, so the Audrey version.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny enough because I am watching Full Metal Alchemist. You know, not as we speak, but you know, it's what I'm watching right now, and
Nice.
I actually started with the first 25 episodes of Audrey, and then when it got up to the part where it stopped being canon, I went to Brotherhood. Um, but yeah, like you said, it's the goat of all the of all anime for sure. Definitely aged very well as well.
Yeah.
Well, I'm assuming why can't I remember the doctor that did what he did to Nina. Um, but I'm blanking out on his name. Tucker. So Tucker. I'm assuming that he's your least favorite character.
Oh, yeah. Always.
Who's your favorite character?
A good question. Probably Mustang.
I mean, yeah.
Mustang was awesome. He was playing chess the entire time. He did a very good job of mapping out success for everybody that he joyed in life as best he could. And he very much did what he had to do to make sure everybody moved forward as possible. And when he killed Lust, it was just fantastic. And all of his fights, and like one of his favorite ones is the first time he met with can't remember his name, the guy that had the arm, this Ballin.
Scar.
The Scar, is it Scar? I was, for some reason in my head that was wrong. I don't know why. First time meeting him, he's trying to challenge him when it's in the rain, not even realizing his gloves aren't going to work for shit, because he's like, I'm fucking down, let's go. Not even thinking it through at all, because that motherfucker was down to go anytime.
Right. I don't want to say that Mustang is gets overshadowed, but he definitely was a big part of Full Metal Alchemist for sure.
Oh yeah, he did. They did a great job with the character. But that was the thing, though, is he's not supposed to be the forefront. He's supposed to be a framework, so to speak. You know, he sets them up so they can knock them down.
Right. And that he did until he had to go up against Lust, which is all time, like top 10 favorite fights of all time.
Oh, that was fucking great.
Alright. Now we talked about anime. Can you tell us, you are funny bone. What tickles your funny bone?
I just work out and hang out with my family. I don't do much in life. My kids are my favorite thing in the world. I have 7 beautiful children. They live with me in this big ass house we got. I have a wife and a girlfriend. I spend all my time with them. If I'm not like making money, I'm with them.
Okay, fair enough. Now, can you tell us about your tattoos and if there is any significant meaning behind them?
There's not really. They're just fucking drawings. Like they're cool. I got "fuck you" tattooed on my wrist. To me it's decoration. Uh, no real meaning behind any of them so far. I'm sure one day I'll get one that's more meaningful. But I mean, the fuck you is my favorite. Just because if I'm shaking a hand of somebody I don't like, I shake their hand with the fuck you hand. Because I'm a nice guy or some shit.
Is there any plans for new tattoos in the future?
Oh, fucking lots of them. I just need somebody to give me a ton of money so I can put them on me.
What's the next one you're planning on getting? What's the design?
Well, I don't know if it'll be the next one. I have most of me planned out. I have tribal kind of design on one side, and I have fire on the other arm, and I want them to go up the back of my neck and onto my head. And then I want color accents for all of them to be the color of the rainbow. So at my right wrist, start with reds, and go to yellows and oranges, and then greens and blues, and it goes in violets down the other side. So I can support the rainbow flag all day, every day.
I gotcha. Have you drawn your own tattoos, or have you had somebody design them?
I drew the funny bone tattoo I have. The fire is just freehand. The hand of cards is just cards. It's not anything else. The big tattoo that everybody refers to as tribal, and I refer to so they know what I'm talking about. The gentleman that did that, he drew it out on my arm just using like negative and positive spaces. This tattoo won't look good on anybody else's arm. It's for my arm. Then drew the one on my right leg. It's a monster Jesus. He's Jesus, but he's a monster. He's got Medusa hair and a snake body and wings like an angel and insect legs and a bunny tail. Because why not? I drew the wings on my back and the stars on my back. Chaos I have written across the top of my neck. It was like mostly freehand. I think it was all freehand because it's just I wanted the tattoo to look like it was written in blood on the back of my neck.
I gotcha. Alright. Well, I think it's time for the colossal question. Let's say they're making a movie about you. Every movie has a soundtrack. What would be the first 3 songs on your movie soundtrack?
House of a Thousand Corpses. Obviously, it's my intro song. Mudvayne Dig would have to be in there. That was actually the first intro music I came out to. Then Tiptoe Through the Tulips.
Okay. Well, definitely a solid 3 picks to say the least. Now that we have the soundtrack down, everybody knows you get the soundtrack first, then you write the script, and then you go to casting. Who plays yourself? And you can't say yourself because you are obligated to make a Stan Lee-esque cameo.
Jason Statham. He'll have to bulk up a little bit, but I've been asked probably 500 times in my life if I'm Jason Statham.
Really?
Yeah, because when I don't wrestle, I don't shave my head as much, so I got the scruff going. And I'm usually in pretty decent shape. I'm just, I think I'm like 50, 60 pounds heavier than him. He's in amazing shape, obviously, but I'm just bigger. But people ask me all the time if I'm Jason Statham, and I always respond with, I fucking wish.
I could definitely see the resemblance for sure. Alright. Now every movie has a supporting cast. Who would be 3 people significant to you and your story that would be in your movie, and who would play them?
Fuck. I don't know who would play fucking Drexel. Ain't nobody look like Drexel but Drexel. That's the Drexel would definitely have to be in there. Super Beast would have to be in there, but I don't know where the fuck you're gonna find a humongous human being. Like it would have to be like one of the Olympian, Mr. Olympia fucks. Couldn't be an actor. Nobody's buff enough for that shit. Yeah, I would say like one of the I don't know any of their names, but big professional bodybuilder for Super Beast.
Okay.
He's a big motherfucker.
Yes, he is.
Drexel, I don't know, who's a fucking bald guy with a beard who looks like a skeleton with loosely skin placed on him. I mean, fuck it. That's a hard one. He's passed away, but Sid from House of a Thousand Corpses would be the closest to a Drexel, I would assume. Sid's bigger, but you need a psychopath personality to be a Drexel. Let's see, who else? I need one more.
Right.
I'm just keeping this wrestling base. I'm leaving my family out of it. They don't get any street cred. Fuck them.
Fair enough.
Let's see. I don't know actors' names very well, so it's a hard one for me. Let's say Mr. Ooh La La's got to be in there for funsies because his name is legitimately Mr. Ooh La La. Who the fuck would play his dumbass? So let's see. Should ask him. He probably has somebody who wants to play himself. I'm bad with actors' names. I don't watch a lot of movies and TV shows, so I don't know who the fuck these people are. Anybody who loves Elvis could play Mr. Ooh La La. I guess that looks like him. Because Mr. Ooh La La loves Elvis.
I mean, there was a guy. There was just a recent Elvis movie. So maybe that guy could play him.
Yeah, maybe him. I don't know their fucking names though.
Yeah, I don't remember the actor's name either. But I mean, either way, this is sounding like a great movie, a blockbuster to say the least, and you could.
I would watch it.
And you could pre-order the tickets now. On to a controversial subject. Pineapple on pizza. What's your stance?
Pineapple goes on pizza.
Okay, so
I don't as my sister-in-law says, I don't yuck people's yums. So if you like pineapple on pizza, you fucking eat pineapple on pizza. Give a shit.
okay, so pro pineapple on pizza.
Yeah, mostly because it'll piss Vinny Massaro off too.
Okay, so get doing it for the heat.
For Vinny, yes, all day, every day.
What's your spirit Pokemon?
Fuck, where's Jaden when I need him? Probably the fucker that wears his mom's skull on his face.
Cubone.
Yeah, because that's some rockstar shit.
Gotcha. We love the late great Tracy Smothers on the show. Do you know the acronym for Doug? THUG.
Fuck, I used to. I don't remember right now.
Would you like me to spell it out for you?
Yeah, go ahead.
T is for terrible, H is for hell, U is for ugly, and G is for jail. 'Cause a Doug can't spell. Yeah.
Tracy's Smothers is actually the reason I got booked for my first ICP show. Because apparently he got arrested on the way to it. So they called me to fill in for him.
Okay then. That's a very interesting Tracy Smothers story.
Yeah, I got booked and had orders thrown at me because of Tracy Smothers.
Did you ever have an actual encounter with Tracy?
No, unfortunately not. I used to watch him in different companies and stuff, but most notably I loved his stuff with ECW and the Full-Blooded Italians. I thought he was all his indie work, all his mic work was so fantastic. The way he sold was fucking great. He was a great guy. I was just reading the whole thing about what Bret Hart said about him and stuff. Tracy Smothers was awesome.
Yeah, and we love the late great Tracy Smothers as well. We're trying to keep the memory alive on the show.
Nice.
Weirdest question you'll be asked on a wrestling interview. Would you ever consider wrestling a Rock? Not Dwayne Johnson, not the country, an actual physical Rock.
I might have for freak show wrestling. I wrestled a broom once. So
Okay.
I'll wrestle anyone. I've wrestled the Invisible Man. I've wrestled a broom. I wrestled some other goofy shit for fucking. I've actually had a three-way with the Invisible Man.
And the Invisible
Man? Probably.
Actually, no. Chavo Guerrero was in that match, wasn't he?
Yeah. Well, no, I had 2 three-ways with the Invisible Man. One with Sin and one with Chavo.
Okay. Well, just for context, there is a wrestler named Psycho Mike that indeed wrestled a Rock for over 15 minutes in a Tungsten Man match. That's an Iron Man match that lasts for 2 weeks.
I know Psycho Mike. He's great.
Yes.
Well, I don't know him personally. I know of Psycho Mike. He's great.
Yes, definitely agree with that. On a more serious note, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Still wrestling. Probably not as often, but still working. Possibly training guys how to wrestle. I like paying it forward, like we discussed before. I'm usually texting some kid asking me questions about wrestling. So, if not running my own thing here in Vegas, because Vegas needs help, in my opinion.
So we could be seeing a Funny Bone training school?
Oh, absolutely.
Alright. And what is a match you'd like people to maybe go out and check out? One that you've been in. That shows off what you are all about as a pro wrestler.
I have a few. One's on YouTube. It's me versus Drexel in a death match. I can't remember the name of the show. I just watched the fucking match too. It's for Prestige Wrestling. Tia Valkyrie versus Ember Moon or whatever. I'm so terrible with fucking names. Athena. Sorry, don't pick me. They were the main event of that show. It was like 2 years ago now. I fucking love that match with Drexel. We made the promoter cry. It was great. Cry, happy tears. A match between myself and Chupacabra. It's on YouTube for Hood Slam. It was last being standing match. It was a match we dedicated to our friend Virgil Flynn III. We did a lot of spots in there in honor of him. Some that he would have been really mad at us for doing, and then some that he would have loved us doing. Let me give you a third, at least. Myself versus Damian Drake here in Vegas. It was like Mecca 5 for SSW. Fantastic fucking match. Damian Drake's somebody I've known since he was a kid, and I helped get him into wrestling. I actually trained his father, and had his father's first match was against me. And then Damian Drake, I had his first match against me as well.
Wow.
Yeah. No, wrestlers could have their first match against father and son. What was the fucking third one I just had in my head? Oh, fucking me and Kid Bandit for Prestige Wrestling. We wrestled over the Death Note.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a great match. Kid Bandit was she was so great in that fucking match. And she's really fun to hit in the face. And I tried to murder her. I threw her to the crowd and they caught her and started crowd surfing. So I double stomped her while she was crowd surfing. And some of the crowd, there was a bunch of bodies on the ground. So I thought I killed them and we were going to get sued. And then they asked me for my autograph and told me that was awesome that they got double stomped by Funny Bone.
All right. A very eventful match for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And the matches that are indeed on YouTube, I will definitely grab them and put a link to them in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox for anybody that hasn't seen them, wants to see them, wants to re-see them after this interview.
Yeah, everyone but the Drexel matches on YouTube.
Okay. And
That one's on IWTV.
And if you got your IWTV subscription, you could definitely fire that up and check that match out. And since we are nearing the conclusion of this interview, we are wrestling with the 8 questions of doom. This is our speed round, our bonus round, the round where we see who you really are. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Excluding yourself, greatest wrestler of all time.
Eddie Guerrero.
Worst wrestler.
Good question. Probably somebody I've never heard of.
That's actually a really good answer. Your main eventing WrestleMania for the World Championship. Who is your opponent?
Cody Rhodes gets his rematch. I'm still going over.
Hell yeah. Finish the sentence. Kayfabe is...
Let's say that again. I didn't hear the first part.
Finish the sentence. Kayfabe is...
A 7-letter word.
We would have also accepted tastes great on toast. Squash. Vegetable or fruit?
Okay. I make spaghetti out of squash. Spaghetti noodles.
So do you eat...
So vegetable.
Vegetable. Well, it is indeed a fruit. It has seeds. Tomato logic.
Nice.
And if you're eating it with spaghettis, then technically you have tomatoes and squash. So 2 fruits. New Japan wrestler Taichi. His ring gear gets smaller every year, revealing more of himself to the world. My question: what is the appropriate trunks to butt cheek ratio for ring gear?
Pants. Wear pants.
So full coverage.
Full coverage.
Alright. And the last question, the main event, the thing everybody wants to know. Have you ever had a conversation with a stranger in a supermarket about Darby Allin?
No.
And that is the correct answer. And that will conclude this interview. Thank you so much for coming on and doing this with me.
Hey, no problem at all.
And once again, where can we find you on social media?
Facebook's I Am Funny Bone. Twitter's Demi _ God of Death. Instagram's Your Demi God of Death. YouTube is probably one of those. Just fucking Google Funny Bone Wrestler. My shit pops up.
And merchandise?
I got merchandise on Brainbuster Tees and some other fucking one. I don't know. Come to a show I'm at and buy it from me.
That would definitely be the best way. And you don't even have to type it into your Google machine. All of the links to all his social media will be in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox, simply click the link. A new tab will appear on whatever device you are on. You have no excuse. Buy a damn shirt. Of course, thank you for listening. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment, but on YouTube and Castbox. This was sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. Join us next Tuesday and Wednesday for new incredible interviews, and follow the show at Wrestling with E, both on X, Thread, and Instagram for information on who we're interviewing, when we're interviewing them, links to those interviews, and so much more. Follow me personally at JamesShane993. Alright, when I say Wrestling With, you say entertainment, okay?
Yeah.
For our special guest, Funny Bone, Kaliko Yacht, Scooter Dust, I'm James J, and this has been Wrestling With
Entertainment.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.